ready? You all right? You feel some type of way?
No,
I'm just
Good.
wondering.
just came in the house. What's good, everybody? Back for another
We
episode of Top 5 Live.
we
Episode,
bite.
I don't even know what episode this is.
Um,
I might have the wrong episode number, and I'm not gonna lie to you.
Episode, we like
You're gonna
close
lie.
to 160 or something like
I
that.
ain't even put it in there. That's not crazy.
Hey, listen,
uh,
we up in there. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere. You know what I mean? Don't hold us to nothing at the moment. But this week we're doing the top 5. All right, so we put it on the graphic as top 5 TV show draft, but there's a stipulation to it. What's good, HW? That's somebody new, ain't it? Glad to see you. So I don't want to say the caveat, but when I was telling the guys, my thought was, all right, these are top 5 because I think we've done top 5 TV shows before, but we have not. I don't think we've done a draft.
Mm-mm.
And if we have done a draft, I know we haven't done a draft that the stipulation is, all right, these are the top 5 TV shows that if you were trapped on the island, you had to have 5 TV shows that you could watch. Let's say you're trapped on the island for a year or two, and you got to pick 5 TV shows to watch for that year. We're going to try to draft the best list for that. So obviously we're doing it as a draft so that like once it's taken, you can't take that joint. You got to pick something else. That's always the fun part. You know what I mean? Because Justin's evil and he's going to try to take people's stuff just because he can.
well, see, I didn't know the topic today, so I'm just now figuring out my deceitfulness right now. So
yeah. But
you know,
see,
this was made without me.
What's good, Kyron? But the important thing is that you made it known that you were going to be deceitful. See, you see what I'm saying? Like that's what it is.
I mean, that's what y'all brought me on the show for.
I wouldn't say we brought you on the show to be deceitful.
Just to be not nice.
that wasn't
to stir the pot a little bit.
That wasn't the stipulation, but okay. As far as like topics in the beginning of the show, hey, I mean, I could go a myriad of places. I will be at Heroes Con. I think all of us will be. Me, Wally, Danny, Ro, Javon. I don't remember if Greg Burnham's coming. I'm sure Elise is coming. He usually does. Yeah, I think darn near everybody that runs like our media circle should be there. And I heard that you're coming, so that's freaking huge.
I know, man. It's great. It's about time.
That's freaking huge.
About time.
What's good, Amani?
I'm humble. Y'all happy I'm coming. Thank you.
I didn't know you were coming too, Jess. This is about to be a party, bro.
We gonna have to find a better place to eat other than Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, that's right. You weren't there with us, man. You weren't there, man. It was me, BJ, Wally, Ro. Damn, I forgot who else was. It's like 6 of us all crammed into one. Javier was there too. Man. That was deep.
Y'all was all crammed in a booth.
Yeah, man. It was super packed that day.
So
yeah, it's Charlotte. So
I'll be in the bar. I come back and talk to y'all.
That's an option. That's an option.
Monty, how you doing, man?
That's always an option. I don't know that I had it, so I literally just got back from seeing the monkey. How much of the table? I don't remember, Mason.
Tables? I haven't paid. I've never paid for a table here.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I do not know.
What's up, Mason?
I gotta check on that.
Mason was arguing with me for like the entire weekend.
Kyron, listen, bro. we all know you have long money, okay? Like you don't have to.
I'm kind of like I agree. Now, I mean, I'll do 4-star. You know what I mean?
Kyron's a kept
But-
man. All right.
I'm not going above
Kyron
3.
got money. Kyron got a sugar mama.
I'm not going above 3.
That's
That
all right.
ramen spot
You
we hit was pretty
missed it,
freaking
Morgan.
good.
300?
You missed it.
300 for a meal? You can get a decent meal for 300.
Oh
Listen,
no. If I spend $300, on a meal, it better be for my
I'm talking
wife.
about the tables, man.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
I'm going by what Jess just said. It better be my.
Y'all
it
missed it. Kyron just
my
told
wife.
us he only eat at 5-star restaurants. So if he wants to eat with us, that means he paying. See?
Miss me that. Fine, I'll drop down to 4 stars for you. Hey, 3
Right.
stars and only, buddy. But anyway,
Come on, now you gotta.
I want to make it clear.
2025, man. You gotta.
I want to make it clear. If I pay $350 for a meal, it is only for my wife, my children.
I'm not paying $350 for a meal.
I can't think of any other stipulation. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care how bad the chick is. I'm not dropping $350 on huh?
Dang, I said that's crazy. Dang.
Yeah, no, I'm off that.
Not
I mean, now,
on this planet.
if I'm making long money, where that's a drop in the bucket for me,
I don't even
All right.
think
You
I
never
would do
like treated yourself or just celebrated yourself?
not
and that's part of-
$350 worth. No,
for a meal.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
You paid $350. You paid over $300 for a meal
Yeah.
for
Congratulations.
just yourself.
No. But
Okay.
I would. But I would.
I
No.
don't know. I don't eat that type of food.
I'd get some A1 Wagyu tomahawk joint.
There's no food
See, I'd
anywhere.
say
that's
you
worth
talking steak
$350.
joints, right?
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah,
that's
I don't
part
eat
of
steak.
meal.
So.
There's no food anywhere worth
What kind of
$350.
religion? What religion are you? What's that?
That got nothing to do with religion. Steak is just
Oh.
not good to me.
I don't even want
That's
to
crazy.
discuss that, Kyron. That's
If your McDonald's is
California
$300, Jesus Christ.
California is expensive.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying not to even go into. I'm
I
trying.
don't even want to pay bills that are
What's the
$300.
most you've ever paid for a meal?
For myself or all together.
Both. For you, and then one like on a date or whatever.
Just the meal? Or the whole
Meal
day?
drinks? Yeah, both. So meal drinks, if you just paid a drink just for yourself, what's the most you've ever spent?
Actually, you know what? I might have hit close to 300, but it might have. No, it was close to 200.
Mhm.
Yeah, but it had to be like an anniversary or something, or Valentine's Day or something.
Now I've spent $200 on myself on food and drinks.
I think it was like me and my ex-wife.
Mm.
Yes, I'm saying it loudly, everybody. I am divorced. It's not. It's okay.
Okay.
No.
Hey,
All right.
hey, listen.
I've been hiding it, man, whatever. But yeah, I think it was me and my
Yeah.
ex-wife. I probably spent $200. I can't even. It might have been the last like anniversary dinner. It was like $200. No,
Okay.
you know what? It was-
For a buffet?
Oh no, you crazy. Oh, for his family. Sheesh.
Oh, I
Right.
mean, if you paying for the whole family, I mean that makes sense.
That's
I
what I'm
guess.
saying. Like, so just for you and then just like you on a date. Like, I know for me, I've spent about $250 one time. Just had a really good night with some friends, and my tab itself for my food and my drinks was about $250. But I know I had gotten steak. I know I had gotten lobster mac and cheese and scallops and a whole bunch of other stuff. So it's like, you know what I'm saying?
I think
Like
for
$250.
I think for myself, just my meal probably one something.
I don't think I've ever paid like 100.
Probably one something. I went to Sullivan's in Raleigh.
Mm.
I got their dry age joint. I think that's like 65 or 70 or something like that. Just the steak. That's not counting the sides.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure I got wine or something. So probably 100 and something. And the most expensive date was my ex. I'm sure I spent at least $250 because it was a similar date. Like we both got, same spot. You know what I'm saying? To me, steak wise, Sullivan's is the best steak I've had from a place. Sullivan's and Longhorn too. Now I don't care. I'm telling you, I didn't had a steak of Longhorn that made me want to fight people. That crap was fantastic. But that night at Sullivan's probably at least $250 at least, because I mean we both got expensive food. I got that was the best steak I've ever had. I don't remember if she got steak or not. Wine, you know how it is. When you on a date, you get ran up on the drinks. You know what I mean? Like if you paying for drinks, you about to drop at least 20.
Most of them that's a 20.
And that's if you're not buying a bottle. That's if you just on glasses.
20 per drink. That's all I was saying.
Usually per drink, unless you in like a stupid high end joint. If you buying a glass, 10.
I don't do that much drinking though. That's me though.
Yeah,
I usually get like one. If I do get a drink, it's like one drink.
Nah, if I'm out, I'm having a good time. I just like keep them coming.
Yeah, last time I went to Perry's for a Christmas joint. Me and my friends from forever ago. Like we got the same friends group. Me and my boy bought a bottle. We bought 2 bottles. I don't remember how much it was.
I've never bought a bottle of anything.
The most I spent on a single date was probably like
don't say
dinner.
Wait,
$450 somewhere around there.
I did buy a bottle.
I did buy
a bottle.
You got married, right?
Then,
huh?
Yeah. Okay, there you go. All right, that's
it was
fine.
around $450. And then there was another time it was a birthday dinner. And it was 4 of us. And I was paying for the dinner because I didn't pay for the Airbnb.
Oh,
okay.
And so the tab was like $1,100.
That's crazy.
But that's high-end steakhouse, and I'm telling them, hey, drink is empty, like come to club. You know what I'm saying?
See, I have not had one of them nights like from a TV show or something where they just like, hey, keep the bottles coming. Like I've never done that.
Like bottle unless it's been like a good wine night. I've never been like bottled, but I'm more so of like, hey, they like this kind of cocktail. Just keep it coming. You see it's halfway, just bring some more through. You know what I'm saying?
If I fall in love with
I like Buffalo Trace. You see my joint getting low, just bring another one. You know what I'm saying, or something like that.
If I fall in love with it, I mean, me personally, I don't drink. I'm not like no wine connoisseur where I swirl my glass and stuff. You know what I'm saying? All I need is a Prosecco, bro. It don't matter.
You like sweet wine.
It borderline don't matter what type of Prosecco. I don't care. Just long as it's sweet. Hey,
you like sweet wine.
We got you. Yeah, I can have dry. You know what I mean? But I don't enjoy it nearly as much. Like I don't even fake like I do. So you give me a Prosecco.
Are you into an actual like wine tasting where they like try to get you all the notes and the stuff like that?
I went to a wine tasting that was connected to. I didn't mean to do that. I forgot I had my light plugged up to my PlayStation. I've been to a wine tasting that was connected to my boys. I don't remember if it was a.
What are you doing?
You got mood lighting.
I got my light. My ring light is connected to my PlayStation. I forgot to turn my PlayStation off. I normally just have it plugged straight into the wall. But I'm starting to play when I'm playing The Last of Us. I'm doing a replay of The Last of Us 2. So I put my camera for when I'm playing the game in my ring light, so I don't want to go and mess with the arrangement I had because I finally got it centered and all that. So
Are
I
you
don't
like streaming or something?
Yeah. So I started streaming that the other day, and I finally got the camera situated where I want it in the ring light. So I don't know.
Are you like on Twitch or what you on?
YouTube.
Oh, okay. You gotta let me know. I'll follow.
I had a Twitch, but it's probably just me being the old head or something. I don't know, but I just don't like Twitch as much as I don't know.
Gotcha.
I ain't like it like that.
But still, yeah, send me your stuff. I'll watch. I'll support. But yeah, I mean, I've had good nights like that. I've been, and to me, that's not when I was younger, but as I have gotten older, I've gone to like appreciate the moments like that. I don't want. I guess that to me, sometimes I put it as I guess a success level in life where it's like not just me being able to afford it, but I'm around certain people that can do that too.
Yeah, I get
Like,
that.
To me, like it's cool to be around somebody like I got it. No, I got it, man. You got it last time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Of
you know
course.
what I'm saying? Like we arguing over the bill, but not who has to pay it. Like, let me pay it. You know what I'm saying?
No,
let me get my points, man.
Usually, my friends and I, we just straight split. Hey, just split the whole thing even. We don't do that whole. Well,
you got this, I got that. Yeah.
Unless somebody might be having a rough, whatever.
Yeah, right.
But for the most part is just we all had something.
My godbrother's like that. Like he will fight me to pay the bill. Like I don't care what's going on. My best female friend too. Like we fight over the bill every time. She be trying to. She'll slide her card to the waiter while I'm not looking. You know what I'm saying, to make sure I don't have the opportunity to pay. You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're planning one of my friends is getting married, and I like the fact that all of us were like, all right, hey, I'm gonna book the Airbnb. So I was like, all right, well, I got the meal at whatever, or I'm gonna pay for. We talking about going to the Hornets game. All right, well, I'm gonna get the tickets to the Hornets game. You know what I'm saying? Like
that's dope.
Everybody just
that's a blessing.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a blessing.
Yeah, it's a blessing to have your friends be in that space.
Yeah, in that space.
I definitely get that. I definitely get that. Like you doing it because you got it. Like and that's what I'm saying. Like I get to that level. That's why I said about like if I was gonna drop $350 for a meal, it's gonna be because I've reached a level where that ain't no problem. You know what I'm saying? Financially, you know what I'm saying? So I can drop that. But even then, I'm not gonna be doing it frivolously because I'm very.
Right, I'm not. I ain't doing this every night all willy nilly.
Yeah,
but you know what I'm saying. But it's like
I'll never be one of them guys that like wines and dines chicks. That you know what I'm saying, and some dudes do it because they got it, but they kind of are showing off. Like that's their way to tip their hand. Like I'm that dude. I'm not interested in none of that crap there.
But sometimes some of those that like. I'm a person with I can go to any restaurant, but I'm definitely an experience. I like experiences. You know what I'm saying?
Sean,
right?
Right. You said y'all got a 5-pack.
You said more you can do that now. What are you talking about?
Oh man.
Hey, Danny said he can't make it, so so we probably do the draft another time, but we could probably just do our top fives.
Sure.
Yeah.
Y'all tell me y'all top 5 so I can make sure I try to steal it on the draft.
I mean, we can still do a draft. We just won't have.
No, don't do that. We gotta keep it. At least 4 people, 4 or 5.
It's usually funner with 4. Yeah, at least 4.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, Mason.
See if one of these people want to get on. We send them the link. Let's freestyle a little bit.
Hey, if you want to jump on for the draft, let me know. I'll shoot you the link. But to answer Mason's question, I'm at every friggin' Comic-Con I can try and get to. I'm not at BlurCon though, unfortunately.
Man, I respect the grind, bro. You be out here moving.
Yeah, but I'm at Heroes. I'm at Dragon Con, Terrificon, Fan Expo Dallas, Fan Expo Denver. I'm gonna be trying to do. I was trying to do Fan Expo Cleveland, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to afford it, to be honest with you. Because airfare and hotel's never a really big issue with me. But the craziest part about like this for me
just
is
do like you did the other day. Just sleep in the airport. You be all right.
Negro.
Nah,
my issues with this stuff is always like having enough books. Am I doing Fan Expo Chicago? That is the goal. Yes, that is the goal, to do Fan Expo Chicago.
Sean, I have not brought up Joy yet, but
what happened with Joy Reid? I saw that she left.
No, she didn't leave.
She got fired.
Yeah, they canceled her show. So
I didn't know that.
Rachel Maddow was very terse about it and called them out pretty harshly for that. I love Joy. I follow Joy on IG. That's where I see most of her stuff. Her and DL Hughley almost immediately share each other's everything, so I see their posts every day. Joy was I'm not, if I'm not mistaken, she's the first Black woman to have a primetime news spot. So 5 years or darn near 5 years. And like I said, Rachel Maddow made it very plain that regardless of what the plans are, it looks very bad to have only 2 people of color on, on the show, and both of their shows got canceled. And she said, it looks pretty indefensible and I'm not going to defend it. And I was like, Jesus Christ. Talk about grabbing the bull by the horns. So I hate that it happened, but at the same time, I feel very similar to what happened with Jemele Hill when Jemele left ESPN, and it was still over this. It was still over similar because what's good, Ryan? The assertion is that, well, not even the assertion. When what happened with Jemele happened because Trump started pressure to have Jemele fired. I don't know if that's the case with Joy, but there are reports out there that her and Jim Acosta from CNN got let go for those news networks trying to appease him in some way. If that's true, then they're stupid. But Joy, I'm excited for Joy because she's too good and too big of a voice to be silenced, and I hope whatever she does next is owned by her, so that nobody can try to same thing with Don Lemon. When Don Lemon left CNN, like he didn't leave CNN, but you know what I mean. When the CNN thing happened with Don Lemon, like, put yourself in a position where these mothers can't fire you, where they don't, they're not the one to put you on, so they can't put you down. You know what I mean? Like, so Joy is definitely big enough. She's a big enough voice to be able to do that and be able to, whether she podcasts, I don't care what she does next, her people will follow her. I'm sure we'll hear about it, and I look forward to her next chapter. She doesn't need MSNBC. They needed her, and they're going to find out that apparently the ratings dropped. They're not going to get helped by you letting her go. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, everybody's in that FAFO mode right now. You know what I'm saying? I told y'all I'm in that heavy, and the country is as a whole. News networks seem to be as a whole. So everybody just you continue to F around, and you can continue to find out. You know what I'm saying? If Congress passes this joint and ends up cutting Medicaid, big FAFO. Like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's,
what's funny?
It's gonna be hell to pay if they do that. So okay.
with the way like these networks, some of these, predominantly white run or centered networks, are making moves,
it's not gonna help.
Now would be like the perfect time for like BET. Let's just say BET, and we all know BET is owned by white people. Okay, hey, hold on.
It is now.
Yeah. I was about to say I was wanting to see where he was going with it.
I'm still mad they did that. But you know,
I mean, they chasing $1, so
yeah. But come on, some stuff. Come on, man. Not unless you take the money that you made from that and then spend it into something that's gonna make. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I don't even want to. I'm excited for Joy. Like I said, I was upset to hear about it, but I'm more excited because of the opportunities. Same thing with Jamel. Now Jamel's still out here. She's smashing. She's still out here freelancing where she wants. Same thing. Dave Chappelle just said that on the NAACP Awards the other night, where he was saying, you know, in typical fashion for him, you know, he was like, I've reached a new place of peace. All my Netflix checks cleared. So if y'all see me anywhere, it's because I want to be there. You know what I'm saying? I'm not doing it for money. I don't need the money. I pray for that for all of us. I pray for that for all of the people that inspire us. I want us all to be in this place where, you know what I mean? You showed up there, or you're doing whatever you're doing because you want to, not because you need to, not because you need the money, not because of anything. It's because you want to be there. And I really want that for Joy Reid. I'm very happy Jamel has that, you know what I mean? On top of, you know, finding her husband. And Black women in particular, as I've been saying for years, are superheroes. So the closest thing to superheroes I've ever seen. So I just continue to look forward to what comes next from her. And I'm not gonna cap though. I'm hoping Rachel Maddow leaves too. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Like they'd be like, "Oh, y'all letting go of Joy? That's what's up." I'm gonna find my own way too. You know what I'm saying? Because another thing that we have to face too, as a part of this election and everything that happened, is that people aren't watching legacy media anyway.
Right.
Not nearly at the rate that they are listening to podcasts and all that type of stuff. And legacy media is fighting like all of these companies before they came out with their own streaming networks, thinking that they're going to be able to do something or curtail something or spend something to make people come back. And nah, we passed that. It's like I had a funny my boy Darren Bryant Brand posted a joint today, and there was all these old school stores that us millennials would know, and they were like, you can only pick one to bring back. There was like Blockbuster, Circuit City, KB Toys. It was like 6 of them up there. And I went with Circuit City, but only because I want Blockbuster back. You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't make it viable. You know what I'm saying? Like,
that's how I'm saying that. I'm thinking like, why would he want to bring Blockbuster?
Nah, but it's the nostalgia of, bro. Do you know how dope and Blockbuster was Netflix before Netflix existed? You know what I mean?
Like, and they didn't want to convert with the time. They didn't look into the future, and they said they had the opportunity to buy. Was it Netflix or Redbox? Netflix, and nope.
I know. Hey, I'm just saying, like, for nostalgia, but that
they could have been their own streaming platform, right?
But that goes to what I'm saying about legacy media. Like, I'm not saying legacy media is going away. I'm not saying that. But
what I missed, sorry, I said I had to say goodnight to my son.
You good?
Got you. Hey man, you ain't gotta explain that. I knew who it was. So you said, "Oh, I gotta take this."
I got to go. Anyway, no. So my point,
priorities, bro. Priorities.
I think now would be a great time. Like BET could literally level up if they so desired.
What's good, Nadia?
Now I don't know if they actually do. Oh, I wouldn't have put that up if I knew that's what she posted. Burn that. Throw that away.
Was it Eagle something? Oh no.
Yeah, it was Eagle something. The season's over. We in NBA season right now.
Hey, if y'all let me say this before let me say
the only champions that matter right now are wearing the other green.
Let me say this before Javon goes back into his point. If y'all go to that White House
I heard they going.
I've seen conflicted reports, and I'm waiting to see what shakes out.
Yeah,
Schefter said it.
I don't care what Schefter said. I've read multiple articles from multiple places with different reporting. We'll see.
But I would. Schefter is like a real source, though.
All of those news networks have real sources.
Anyway, I think they're going.
I hope not.
I hope not.
But
if they do, I'm sure it'll be similar to what it used to be in the past, where some of them mugs go and the others be like, "Nah, I'm off that."
Trump said Philly was trash. They better not go.
Talk trash about this city more than once. There's no freaking way I step foot anywhere near there while he's in there. Yeah, I've been seeing that they'll go if they're invited, which to me is stupid.
I'm trying to think. Did they go the last time they were invited?
Last time they won was Trump in.
Was Trump in office?
Trump wasn't.
No, he had.
Trump was off.
Wait, no, 4 years.
18. It was 18. Nah.
So it was Biden?
It might have been. No. Was it Obama? Was it Obama?
It could have been Obama.
No, it was.
It was 18.
No,
it was Trump.
It was Trump. I don't think they did it last time
because
either.
we won the year before that, and Brady didn't go. I remember that.
Yeah, they didn't go. That's right. Yeah, they didn't go. They didn't go then in 18.
I don't think
they didn't go that time either.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, Mason said they didn't go. He's like,
if they go that, if they go, it's a mistake to me. There ain't no mother freaking way. I wouldn't want any of that ick on me right now.
It's a lot of ick.
It's a whole lot of ick, and it's only gonna get worse if they keep effing around. Like I said, keep effing around, you're gonna keep finding out. So keep pressing the freaking pedal.
To all my federal employees, hold your head, man.
That's crazy.
They just fired another 1,200 employees yesterday and today.
And the worst part is they fired these mugs and then having to hire them back. Dumbasses. Freaking federal government, and you stupid enough to fire the freaking nuclear people, didn't need to hire them back. Freaking idiot bastards. Anyway, I'm trying to not, I could devolve really quickly on that subject and those people. So I'm trying to stay ancillary of it.
I wish we had more like not that y'all not comic book people, but like artists on the show, because it was a really good conversation this week. There was this artist named Ryan Otley. He's one of the co-creators of, is he a co-creator? I think he's labeled as a co-creator of Invincible. And he was saying that a lot of artists are now doing more like just covers, commissions, and conventions. He called them 3 C's. And, like that's great and that makes money, but y'all got, he's like, you got to, try to do more like creative stuff, like books, like actual comics, because that has more of a longer lasting legacy than just doing just covers or commissions. It was a really good conversation. A lot of people had different views. I know me and Mason, we had different opinions on it. But I do think there was also a larger conversation about like the financial volatileness of doing comics, and how like it's not exactly
a lot of money making business.
It can be, depending on who you are and what your property is.
It can be depending on your resources and how you're deciding to deploy them. We're blessed to have Kickstarter as a viable way that people have come to accept pre-orders. If Kickstarter didn't exist,
Mm.
if Kickstarter didn't exist, I bet at least 50 or 60% of people that are making comics right now, and that's all of us included that all know each other, wouldn't be doing it. Because it'd be even less viable then. I'm serious. If
I'd be doing it. I'd be doing it.
That's awesome. I don't think
it would just be harder. It'd just be harder.
Much harder. Much harder. Like it not a little bit harder, much harder. Like and I don't mean that Kickstarter didn't exist as a platform.
I get you.
Yeah, I'm saying like if Kickstarter was not a sought after place that people go to look for comics, new comics, comic creators would be in even deeper trouble. Indie comic creators, I would say. Shoot, if that wasn't the thing, Diamond might still be a Diamond.
Well, Diamond's problem, in my opinion, is just being a monopoly. Monopolies fall, and once other options started to make themselves available, when they kind of ignored the indie market, like, and then other distributors came in and said, "Well, we'll do it." Then Marvel and DC started to leave them. That's when the problem really got worse.
What's good, Ray?
Hey, since we are talking about comics, I'm gonna chime in real fast and say I did put my man on blast the other week, but he did come through.
See,
he did come through.
See. So you gotta.
I got a signed copy.
Give him proper credit. That's what I'm talking about.
Shout out to Danny. Shout out to SB Imagine. Got them both signed for me, and I paid for these. They weren't free. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But I mean, like, you can make, like, because, I ain't trying to put his business out there, but, like, Greg Burnham makes good money doing that. You know what I mean? Like, there are folks, I'm pretty sure David Crownson's making good money.
David charges $20 for that, and people buy it without blinking, and there's a reason for it. Like,
well, I mean, I have a graphic novel. I charge $30 for people.
You should.
No, I'm just saying people don't blink for that either. I think
so. Charge $35.
I think there's a bigger.
His single issue is $20.
That's crazy. Well, he does like variant covers. So like if I had a variant cover, like if I were to do a variant cover by like, I don't know, like if I got like Criss Cross or somebody big to do a variant cover for Heat, I'd be charging $20 for that mofo. Easy.
I'm saying his David's stock joint sells for $20.
You sure?
I'm almost 100% positive.
I don't think so. I feel like I've seen his stock joint and this is not $20.
He could sell it for $20 easily.
I mean, he could, but the point is, like, there's money to be made, but I do think there is, it's not a huge money making industry unless you're one of the big dogs.
So what would matter more to make the comic worth more? Like, would it have to be the story, or it's more pages, or the artwork is that dope, or you know what I'm saying? Like,
the pages
for you. Okay.
I think honestly, the value of the book is, in my opinion, this is my opinion.
Yeah, I'm asking how do you value it? Yeah.
Right. I think if people know your product, and if your product has been validated through a possible transition to another medium.
Okay.
Yep.
Like,
if you get option,
that's big.
Just speak straight, bro. If you get option.
Yeah, I mean, if you get, well, it's not even just option for a movie. Like, it could be anything. Like, you no matter the minute you the minute there's the possibility, Mason, I don't know what's not true, but let me.
I guess the
talk to you.
one for $20. I think based on the delay when y'all were having that conversation.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
But if you get optioned, like let me tell you, if Heat got optioned tomorrow, I can guarantee you, I would probably not pay for another con table. I would probably get what's up, Ro?
What's good, Ro?
I'd probably be getting flown out to shows.
As long as people know you got optioned, yes.
Yeah. Or like let's say if it got optioned and some big name, I didn't say that. Whatever. But if a big name like I know Tyler's book got optioned, right?
Yep.
And then he had like, was it Jamie Foxx or somebody attached to it or something? Or am I thinking of somebody else's project?
No, that's something that he put out there like while it was supposed to be part of development. But
okay, yeah. So, but like that, it elevates the property because then it almost like it legitimizes it in the eyes of the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Like in the eyes of everyone. Yeah. I mean, if you got optioned, it's because somebody liked your story and thought that they could sell it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is like that's the difference between not the only difference, but like lumberjacks, right? You sell well at Comic-Cons and say Crowns and his book that didn't even come out but is already optioned for a movie, and the minute he dropped that book is going to be gone.
Yep, 1,000,000%.
So like
he earned
that's the difference. You know what I mean? In my opinion. So I know there's a lot of guys that are just happy to make books. I know Greg Elise has said that on multiple occasions, how he's just happy to make comics. He ain't chasing Hollywood down.
Mm-hmm.
He don't need to. Hollywood gonna come to him.
But I mean, you can look at Invincible. Like Invincible is a prime example of it was successful as a comic book. It was really successful as a comic book, but it is crazy successful now because of the cartoon.
Yeah, and because of the climate that we're in, and people are looking for, we're in not even a golden age, a platinum age of storytelling, because there's so many different ways and platforms to do it. Whether it's podcasts, whether it's YouTube, whether it's movies, whether it's TV, whether it's anime, whether it's manga, it doesn't make a difference. People love storytelling. And if you are a storyteller and the right set of eyes, it's not that much different from anything in the entertainment industry. If you're a singer and the right person hears you, your life can change today. You know what I'm saying? Everything comes down to the right person hearing or seeing what it is that you love doing. And if they connect the fact that you love doing it with your work, it makes it even better. But there are some people that are talented enough that they don't even have to love it. To be honest with you, they're just good at what they do, and when they have those moments of breakthrough where you're being
what's up, Slim?
Yeah, what's good, Slim? It makes it that much better. I agree. I think
it could be something crazy. It could be something crazy small, like you could. Okay, I'll give you an example, and it's not a comic book example, but it's a really good example. You know how old boy, your wide receiver from the Eagles, they call him reading that book on the sideline.
Yep.
You heard about how the sales on that joint went crazy.
Yep.
After that, it could be something just like that.
Yeah,
it could be LeBron James. LeBron James could be like, "Yeah, I was reading this comic book Heat."
Yep. It'll change your life right now.
Totally.
Anything that you can have as a viral moment will elevate everything else. Like that's what put Danny. When we go to cons now, people have seen Danny somewhere saying something about Ace Blade, and Danny's done a good job of making sure that he associates not just Ace Blade. He doesn't have to say Ace Blade anymore because now he just wears purple, so he's gonna have on a purple shirt or something. and people are automatically so he's done a good job of branding that.
Yeah,
so
he's been excellent at branding.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So like now you associate, and he had, I think his first viral one was, and the crazy part is his first viral TikTok wasn't even related to comics. I don't believe. I think, if I'm not mistaken, his first viral one was either the one he did with his son, doing putt-putt, or where he had $10 and went to the grocery store and was like, I'm gonna see if I can feed my family with this. He had both of those went viral early, and then he started having, he was just consistent. Every person that gets that level of success tells you the same thing, especially if you're a content creator. Whether you're good at it or not in the beginning isn't the point. Being consistent is what's going to take you where you want to go, because 80+% of people are not going to be consistent. So even if you're not that good, you're going to beat them out just because you continuing to
his consistency. That man is always wearing purple. Even at work, that man is always wearing purple. I've seen that man order coffee and he be like Ace Blade. You know what I'm saying?
I'm telling you. It's important. Like that's branding. You know what I'm saying? It's drilling that in. And whether people know what Ace Blade is about or not is not even the point at that point. It's similar.
Like heard the name, purple.
Dude, I've sold books off of Danny. No joke.
We've told people about this before at cons. When you're selling at a con, 60 or 70% of it, I might even say 75% of it is not even it's not even your pitch. It's more so about the feel. If the person is feeling you, they'll purchase it. They don't have to know what it's about. They don't even have to love the pitch. You don't have to be good at the pitch. There are some that you might do, that you might have to, but like a lot of times,
I agree with that.
A lot of times when me and Danny are at the table, before we've even given them the pitch, they'll buy it just because we've had people come and buy stuff just because me and Danny, they think we're making it up. Like me and Danny will be arguing about. There were times we were arguing about LeBron and Michael Jordan, and somebody heard us at the table. You know how people stop by tables, you know what I mean, whatever. People were like 3-4 tables off and could hear us. So by the time they got to the table, they're like, man, y'all are hilarious. We heard y'all down there. Jordan is the greatest, though. Blah 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 blah. And then we just continue that same conversation. We ain't even told them about the comic yet, and next thing you know, they already buying what y'all got going on here. All right, let me get. What you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of times we sell comics off of just our personality, and people we sold a lot off of just our personality and people liking us, so they're willing to invest in it. Because a lot of times they don't know what they're gonna get in that comic book. They hope it's good.
But see, I have the opposite experience. So my pitch is, in my opinion, what gets people to care, and then I think my personality kind of puts it over the top. So like usually people come over because they see the covers. Like I got see, I agree, Ro. That's me and I've seen Ro. Me and Ro are very similar. Like he's got his pitch down pat, and so do I. Like my pitch is what like gets them interested, and then we could talk and then do what y'all do. But I mean, what works for y'all is what works for y'all. Not the same thing works for everybody. Again, last week I told y'all how Greg Burnham sells. And Greg don't do neither.
Greg don't have to sell.
He'll do neither.
That's what I'm saying. Like I think it is dependent on, like what Harold said here. That's been our experience. The pitch, I'm not saying the pitch isn't important.
No, authenticity definitely is.
I'm not saying the pitch isn't important. I'm definitely not saying that. What I am saying is that when people are buying your comic book at a convention, especially if they don't know you haven't reached David Crane, you haven't reached Greg's level where Greg can literally sit at his table and say nothing. Greg and Marcus both could be sitting at their table with their backs turned to people and they'll sell comics.
Actually, I got you one better. They don't have to be at their table.
That's correct. They legitimately. I'm not even
joking. I was at Baltimore Comic Con. I was at Baltimore Comic Con, and they had people lined up at their table, and they weren't even there yet.
Yeah,
Like,
Sebastian.
but that's the beauty of so in their case, the art and the property
Yep.
are great sales.
Right. So, and that's where I was getting at. It's like maybe it's because they're, those people are a fan of their art. I'm new into this whole space with y'all. That's why I haven't really said anything. But it has to be something for some people. So I guess for some people it will be the art. For some people it will be the story. For some it's going to be like, yeah, the story cool, but you know what? I'm getting more for my money because this dude only got, I don't know, 6, 8 pages. Homeboy got 12 over here. So I know I'm gonna get more, you know what I'm saying, than what the other person is.
I don't think I've ever like had that experience.
Your original question was what drives the
what do you think drives the value up?
Yeah, and I think for me, in my opinion, it comes down to the artwork, and it comes down to the artwork and the pages.
The pages,
because obviously, the more pages you get, the more you feel like you're getting. You know what I'm saying? And if the artwork is dope, that's a part of it too, because you have no idea what the story. Somebody could give you an amazing pitch. And then you read the story and it's just not well done. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you done bought it now. You know what I'm saying? But most people, comic books are visual. We've had this conversation 50 times. Comic books are a visual medium. So if you have artwork that draws their eye, that's why customers get pissed off when you have somebody that does an amazing cover, and then you look at the interior art, it's not that same artist, or they're just not on that level. Then you got somebody that's pissed off with you. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm not a big fan of variants.
I can see that. Yeah. So sometimes
my artwork is what got your attention, not Mike.
I agree.
Not Chris Cross, not Jamal Igle. No, my artwork. You know what I'm saying? So like that's why I don't really do a bunch of variants. I am going to.
But that's because you're the one that's doing the art.
Right. I have enough of
let's say if you were doing the story and someone else was doing the art, you know what I'm saying? Like it may say how like with Danny is, you know what I'm saying? It could be different things. Like, oh, okay, this one's different. This one's unique. I really like that cover. And that's eye catching. Let me get that.
Because I know people. I mean, Jim. I know people who've I've gotten their attention. I don't even half the time I don't do nothing, but it's the cover. Like, my cover gets their attention. So, but I will say that if you're a jerk, you can lose a sale.
Oh yeah. Your connection with the people.
It don't even matter how good your book is.
But that's why. So the percentage that I gave.
Kickstarter is driven by
the percentage I gave. The percentage I gave is high, but again, if you give an amazing pitch, but like you just said, like it doesn't go over well, you could use awesome words, but if you don't know how to put the words together, you know what I mean. A lot of it is a feel thing. Like that's why I love Mike. Mike's gonna do whatever it takes to get your freaking attention, and he's gonna find some type of way to get people to that table one way or the other one, but he's gonna do whatever it takes to get your attention. But everybody has a different sales style. Sebastian, I don't know if I've seen Sebastian sell yet, but everybody talks about the fact that dude is a freaking master salesman. Like he can sell you anything because he's just good at it. TJ's another. TJ Sterling, everybody talks about how TJ will freaking, especially chicks. Greg, I've seen Greg do it. You know what I'm saying? Greg don't sell either, really. Greg Elise does not sell like that. Yeah, he does not.
No, Greg sells.
He don't have to most of the time.
I have tabled next to Greg multiple times. Greg sells. He's very good at it, though. He's very good.
I've seen Greg. I'm not saying he's not good and that he can't.
I mean, all them dudes and them damn muscles, and they just be there.
I have seen Greg sell.
Like, put a shirt on.
I've seen Greg sell.
You sound like a hater a little bit.
I am a hater.
Just do some
I've seen Greg sell literally by showing off his calf or thighs or something. I've seen chicks come to his table because they saw him walk by earlier. Everybody has their own thing. That's my point. My point is everybody has their own thing. There are different levels of salesmen. And like I said, Rose saying Sebastian's a monster. I've heard that Sebastian's a beast. Like
I've seen it. I've seen it. In person.
I've heard TJ's a beast. You know what I'm saying? I've heard TJ Sterling is a beast. Marcus, for me personally, I had to stay the F away from him altogether. I can't if I go by their table, which I always do. I can't stay long. Marcus teases me on purpose. He knows I love his artwork, so he'd be like, "No, bro, don't stay away from me. Come over here." Hell no, man. I'm trying to keep the money I made. No, you know what I'm saying? Because if I stay over here long enough, I'm gonna buy stuff, and I just taking away from my profit. I'm not doing that. Bye. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's got their own thing, and that's what makes comic conventions fun. Besides being able to see the people that you rock with and stuff like that. Like that was one of the things I loved the most about the con that Greg and them did. Atlantic Comic Con was being able to see everybody. That was my first time meeting Mike. But I also, like I said, I love being able to see everybody.
That was the first time you met Mike Watson?
Yeah, that was the first time I met him in person because I couldn't go to Ohio the year before. We were supposed to meet 5 or 6 years ago, but he ended up going to. There were 2 cons going on. He was supposed to be in Baltimore, I think, and he ended up doing Emerald City, if I'm not mistaken. Then Sean came to Baltimore. But yeah, like it's going back to what you said though. I think value-wise, as far as what would make me value a comic book more than others, is going to be the page count and the artwork. The story being fire will put it way over the top. Because when a storyline is fire, just like we see in TV shows, like I just got done catching up on Severance. The only reason I gave a crap and paid for Apple TV at all is because I kept hearing people talk about how good the show was. Not saying, man, it can't be that freaking good. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, all right, they got my money for this month. I'm gonna just binge it all and see if it's as good as people think it is. And it's the same thing with comics. If there's a dope story out there or a dope idea out there, like when I first heard Tyler's idea for what's the name of it? The Antagonist. When I first heard his idea for the Antagonist, I said, hey, that's it. That's gonna go. That's a really good idea. Is another David Crownson's same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like David Crownson's idea, Harriet Tubman Demon Slayer. Come on, man. You got Harriet Tubman in it, and she's killing demons. Come on, man. God dang it. And when somebody else does it, you be like, what a freak did I think of that? You know what I'm saying? Like Greg and Marcus, Tuskegee Heirs. God damn it. Why did I think of that? You know what I'm saying? Like and it always once they do it, you be like, dang, I should have thought of that first.
Hold on. Let's said Mason was do you guys feel like you're losing fans because your comics aren't coming out monthly like mainstream comics and manga? Nope.
No, the people, but again, this goes back to what I said earlier about Kickstarters. Without those Kickstarters, definitely, I think that would happen far more. I think it would happen far more if we did not have Kickstarters because honestly, we use Kickstarters to create fan bases. To be honest with you, I
think the comics not coming out monthly probably helps more than anything. Because the financial commitment is a lot less.
I could go either way on it because I do think if we could come out with them more consistently, we'd have more fans faster.
That could be true. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I think you just build really solid fan bases on Kickstarter based on, especially once you've done a few. Once you've done a few and people know they're going to get their comic, then you know, you create a fan base that relies on you, and then when you come to shows, you know, you have people that are looking for the next thing that you did because they supported that Kickstarter. Like every Kickstarter, every convention we go to, people are asking us what's next, so they're like, "Oh yeah, I already got that because I did this." So they're trying to see if we got variant cover. They got see. They're trying to see if we got a book that we ain't put up yet because it hasn't hit Kickstarter. Like I said, Kickstarter is huge.
How many stories do you have that you haven't put out yet?
What? What was the question?
Stories, comics, editions, episodes. I don't know how
Wait,
y'all.
say that again. I'm sorry, I can't.
Yeah,
I said, how many stories do y'all have that you haven't put out yet? Like, I
That
don't know if
haven't?
it's
Right
So I
now?
don't know if each comic is a different story or episode. I don't know edition. I don't know how to.
Everything is done for me. I've
Okay.
done everything. I know I'm working on a new strong book right now.
Mhm.
I've got at least 5.
Danny said about 100. I mean, I have a strong, and then I have a horror book that I'm working on.
Mhm.
But I don't know when that will come out. Truth be told.
Yeah, I've got at least 5 because I just finished Lumberjacks 4. Not just finished it, but I'm getting ready to do the graphic novel for that in April. I've got Harlem #2 written already. I got Harlem #2 written already. Me and Wally, are, when Wally gets his time window together, we're gonna work together to get that out. Solitary is another one. All of these are just in the same universe. Solitary is another one that's connected to Lumberjacks in Harlem. Then there's a story called When Kingdoms Fall that I'm gonna put out through Bequest. And
So you've written the stories for all these already?
no, the ones that I've written the story, at
You
least
just
the
got
first,
ideas.
yeah, I have the idea, and I'm working on the out. So the ones that I already have at least one script for are Lumberjacks #5, Harlem #2, and Solitary. When Kingdoms Fall, I'm working on the outline for that. There's another one that I have.
Slim Morgan is a writer. I do both. I do all of it.
All right, all you guys. Yeah, I'm a writer. That's what I'm saying. I be happy when I get the idea. I can get the initial idea. I put it in my notes, and then over time, I'll work on it. And I've learned how big of a thing it is for me to have an outline now versus what I used to do before. I used to just write through that joint and then try to put it together later to connect the story. But it's a lot easier. It's a lot easier to make a series if I have at least an initial outline of what the initial thought was, and then I work on.
I think, yeah. I mean, Mason, I get your point because Tuskegee airs, you don't care about it. But the truth of the matter is, like, we can't hold indie books to the same standard as traditional big two comics. You just can't do it. You know, like the big two folks are doing that full time 9 times out of 10. And they're getting paid like they're at least close to full time. So very few of us are doing this full time. I mean, look, you might get luck. If you're like Kyron, and Kyron's able to do it because his wife is able to help in that manner. You might get lucky.
He talks about
it all the time.
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. My bad. If he ain't kept man, live up, King. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, I would
that was
love
great.
to.
That was a lot of information, just random.
He says it on his podcast.
My God.
Shut up, Mark.
I'm just saying, man.
Are we doing the top 5 today? Are we actually going to do it?
I don't see why not. Danny talking about some he can't come, but he in the comments.
He in the comments.
I know. Like, what is that, Danny?
Racism. Racism.
That is right. That is racist. That is racist. No, Danny, don't change the subject.
Yeah,
you know it's a delay.
You focusing on your BS right now.
You're supposed to be here.
See,
literally sitting at your computer. I don't want to hear it.
Oh yeah, what's done in the dark, Hell's Embrace, In Your Dreams. That's what I'm saying. I got all of those other ones I named though are not fourth wall comic universe. Those are other stories.
Did that also
thank you, Kyron. Thank you, Kyron.
Kyron, stop it.
Thank you.
You were supposed to keep that to yourself. Why would you? You can't never let nothing be fun.
Like
bro.
I said, you got it, bro.
What kind of sacrifices does it take to do it full time, and is it worth it?
Oh man,
it would be worth it if I could afford to do it full time.
Yeah, to be able to do it full time. Javon's in a better position than we are because he can write and do the art.
That is not a better position.
You would lie.
That's way more work.
Are you? Are you
It
paying
is more
something?
work, but it's all in
No,
house.
yeah, but there's a difference. Like, all right, let me put it to you this way: you can write 3 books if you could, and have 3 artists all working on your books at the same time.
Mhm.
If I stop writing to draw, then nothing is being written. If I start drawing to write, then nothing is being drawn.
So why can't you
How much money?
write and
How much
then
money did it
draw?
cost you?
Huh?
How much money did it cost you,
Yeah, but I'm only able to put out like 1 book
Javon?
per
Javon.
year, 1 or 2 books per year.
Javon.
We're not talking about a financial commitment. We're talking about
Why? How it costs money to make the
Okay.
comic?
I understand, but I'm talking
How
about
long
the
does
level
it
of
take you?
effort.
How long does it take you to write a script for a comic?
It depends. Because like I will write a script. Like I can
You've
write a
written
script.
enough. So how long? Like I'm just
I would
is it
say
3
it
weeks?
probably
Or,
takes me start to finish, probably about a week or 2.
okay, so 2 weeks to write a script, and then so
2
most of
weeks.
the time, so most of your time is in illustration.
Most of the time is an illustration because I do the script, then I do
Mm-hmm.
thumbnails, then I
Mm-hmm.
do larger thumbnails, then I do
Mm-hmm.
reference material, getting reference material to make sure the art looks good.
Mm-hmm.
Then I go from all that to the actual page.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm drawing. Then I go from pencils to inks. Then I have to scan the inks, do flats,
Mm-hmm.
then do rendering. Then I go from rendering to lettering. And then I have to go back and basically edit the whole thing. And then I'm not even taking into account the times, or sometimes I have to make changes digitally.
Yeah, I actually will alter. Yeah. So how long does that normally take with the illustrations?
The illustrations could take anywhere between 3 to 6 months, but a lot of time I'm doing it at the same time. The financial commitment is not what I'm talking about, Ro. I'm talking about the level of effort. No, Ro, he said it's part of the conversation. You said it's easier, and I'm saying it's not easier.
No, I said if I had this is what I'm saying. If I could write my scripts and then also illustrate them, I would be farther ahead than where I am right now. Definitely.
Yeah, but you'd be only far enough ahead on one project.
No, okay. The amount of money.
How long does it take you to write a script?
It usually depends on the flow you catch.
Average. All the drinks you've written. I can average. How long does it take you to fix it?
I can finish the script in. I can finish a script in a week if I have time to focus and just sit down and I can do it in a week, right?
So let's say 2 weeks then. So both of y'all are at 2 weeks. So in 2 weeks, you've written a script, and then he's saying it's going to take him, around 4 to 6 months to get all the illustrations and stuff done. So we're at half a year. For him, it's going to be half a year.
It's going to be half a year for me too, because once I get that script done, I have to give it to the artist. That's going to take a certain amount of time to produce it. Then once the artist gets done, I still have to get a letter.
Right. So you still I got the whole thing that he got to do. So it still takes 6 months. So what you're saying is, so for him, he's writing. So he's basically only getting done 2 a year. You're outsourcing what takes the longest. So you still can be writing script after script after script after script. In that 6 months, you could have knocked out 10 scripts.
Yep. But then I have to pay for them.
Mm-hmm. Right, but that's a different conversation. If we're just talking about the level of effort.
Yeah.
You're trying to tie them together.
Y'all have 2 different perspectives on it.
Right. That's all I'm saying. He's talking about the financial.
There's no right or wrong. It's 2 different perspectives.
And I'm not saying that financially it's not hard. You are absolutely correct. Financially, it is easier for me.
Mm-hmm. I didn't say it was easier.
I don't have to pay, but the level of effort for me to do one heat book, I got to do all of it. Well, I don't have to, but I'm choosing to do.
But that's not what so in the beginning, I didn't say it was easier for you. I said if I could do both, I would be farther ahead than where I am now.
No, that's not what you originally said. Originally,
that is what I originally said.
Thank you.
What I originally said was that if I could do both,
Somebody on the show is telling you that you didn't say that.
I'm okay.
What you meant to say?
I don't have time to go. I once we finish posting this show, I will post this in the group as well.
Just say what you meant to say.
Why would I lie? I have no reason to lie about it.
Why would I lie? That's what I'm saying. So
I didn't say you lied, but maybe you thought you said one thing. You changed it up, but that's what I was going off of.
My only point is that me and Danny talk about this all the time.
Mm-hmm.
If we had one or two things, a dedicated artist that was on our team, so that when we wrote these scripts, we have them working on it, or we could do it ourselves, if we could illustrate ourselves. Either way, we'd still be farther ahead because I could do those scripts. I could outsource some of them, but some of them I could do myself, so it doesn't cost me money. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't cost me. The hardest part for people that are writers is finding an artist, an art team that gets what you're trying to do, gets the vision, and then can illustrate it in the way that you see it in your head, and y'all can work together. It's not easy to be able to come to as a writer and go to an artist and say, hey, draw this, and it works out every time. That's not a thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? You have to find the right
but so
Javon's perspective is it's easier for him to do everything because he doesn't want to put the money out, he doesn't want to put the money out to do the illustrations and everything like that. You're saying if you could do both and had to choose, you'd write the script because then it's just easier. I can write the script and have someone. That's what
I did say that.
So you're going from a labor point of view, and like getting the stuff out. He's looking at it from a financial aspect, where it's easier for him to just do everything.
But even from the financial aspect of it, like I have. I actually lose money when you think about it. I lose money because, hear me out, because I'm only doing one project, maybe two a year.
Mm-hmm.
So the only output I'm getting is like last year I did one book. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the only new output I had coming in.
Okay.
But you have the I do have the option to pay other people. Yes.
Mm-hmm. So what's the going rate ballpark for the illustrations, all of the from start to what you like?
Yeah, it's different.
At the very least,
ballpark.
At the very least, from what I've seen for a solid comic book, you're gonna pay between on the low scale, $3,500.
Should I let this fool in?
At the
Should I let Danny is in the back room? Should I let him in?
Yeah, you might as well.
Come on now.
Hold on, Danny. I want to hear your point. What were you going to say?
I came all the way downstairs.
No. What were you going to say?
I came all the way downstairs.
Come on, what were you going to say?
I had to finish reading to my daughter.
Tell us what you're going to say.
Again, somebody else.
So.
Yo, that's crazy.
That's rude. He was reading his daughter and everything.
That's crazy.
I don't know why he listened to me.
Did he get himself off?
He got off.
Come on back, Danny.
I will say what Danny's getting ready to say. My point was that if I could illustrate at least some of my ideas, I'm still going to be better. I'm going to be farther ahead to where I am now because if I could, so let's say, so I already have Guida doing Lumberjacks and I have Wally doing Harlem. If I know that I can get those scripts out and I got them working on it, it's not going to cost me money to do Solitary because I'm going to do Solitary, right? So I save money
less time to do your other projects. I just want to point this out.
I'm also producing 3 comics at that point because now I have my team working on the other 2 and I'm working on the 3rd myself.
No, hold on. See, the variable you're missing is the level of the amount of time that you have for the other projects, right? Because you oversee those other projects, right? You have to write scripts for the other projects, right?
Yes.
Right. So you have to manage those other projects and continue to write scripts while doing all this other work for this one book. You see what
But
I'm
he
saying?
said, but even then, so if he, let's just say, like I'm saying, we said it takes
I'm
about
saying
2 weeks to
that
write a script.
it's going to cost you on some level, on some portion of the level of effort.
We know that. There was never a point in this conversation
But
where
how
we
much
didn't know
time are
this
you
was
spending
gonna cost.
overseeing?
Exactly. I don't. There's
I'm
not
asking. That's a question for Morgan.
But that's my okay.
Because he going Wally or whoever going to send some
Come on
stuff
back,
back to
Danny.
me.
I'm
I'm gonna be
messing with
like,
you, man.
I like it, I don't like it, and his arm doing this.
That's
I don't want
exactly
him
how.
to do that.
So
Take that back.
the overseeing part, okay. Once you like the hardest part is finding the artist you're going to work with as a writer. The hardest part is finding the art team that you could work with that gets what you want to do and can illustrate it the way that you're seeing it, because you don't always see eye to eye, and all artists don't work. You know what I'm saying? Some people it doesn't work because they're not on the level that you want them to be. Some people it doesn't work because there's a language barrier. Some people it doesn't work because they can't do it in the time period that you're looking to get it done in. Some people don't work because there's all kinds of reasons why art teams don't work. But if you find an art team that does work, that's why I use Lumberjacks in Harlem as an example.
But I feel like you're missing my point.
Let me finish first. So I have Lumberjacks, right? I already have Lumberjacks with Guida. I have Harlem. That's already with Wally. I paid them for those, so they're producing those 2 comics. The third one, I've already written the script. Now it just needs to be produced. That's not going to cost me money though, because I'm making the art for that. While I'm making the art for that book, that means I have 3 books being worked on at the same time. The overseeing part isn't difficult because all I got to do is get a work in progress. They're gonna send me those pages. They're gonna sit before they ink it. They're gonna send me the pencils. They'll say, "Yo, what do you think about this or whatever?" Then I have to look at it and be like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty much what I was thinking it is." All right, bet. I just wanted to check before I go into inking. Once they ink it, it's pretty much permanent. It can be changed, but you're an idiot.
I'm an artist. I'm well aware.
I'm not talking to you. I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to Justin.
Oh, I thought you were
he educated me.
I'm talking to Justin. So it can be changed after this ink, but you're gonna piss that artist off because they asked you while it was in pencils for a reason. If they have to go back, they should charge you. If they have to go back, if you told them it was okay and they start inking and they have to go back, they should charge you for that.
You generally don't tell them to go back though.
I've heard it.
If people are doing that, they're jerks, because usually the point is once you see the art is the art.
Agreed. But I'm just
I know.
Yeah, I'm just explaining the process of Justin.
But no, I know nothing. That's what I'm really asking. But that's why he said you can do it. He said they might charge you more.
No, they generally do charge you.
Yeah,
most
all understandable. It makes sense. It makes sense.
All artists don't. That's my point. So
they're shortchanging themselves, man.
Right.
I'm just telling you the facts of the matter. So again, I'm just explaining to Justin. But going back to what I was saying before, if I had the ability to produce the artwork at the level that I want it done myself too, I would be farther ahead to where I am. You see what I'm saying? Because now I would be, so even if it takes me all year to finish Solitary, by the end of the year I have 3 books done. I've outsourced 2 of them. Do you see what I'm saying? I've outsourced 2 of them and I produced 1 myself that didn't cost me money, and I'm gonna make that money back on that Kickstarter. You see what I'm saying? So the time that I spent putting in the Solitary, I'm getting ready to make that money back on the Kickstarter. That is literally the entire reason you do a Kickstarter, is to pay for the pre-orders. Your pre-orders are paying for either the time or the artwork that you have produced. That's the whole reason you're doing a Kickstarter, and to print the books and give them to people. Like those are the 3 primary reasons that artists put out stuff on the Kickstarter, is either to pay for the artwork that's already been done, to print those books, and to ship them. Like those are the 3 top reasons that you're doing a Kickstarter in the first place. So that's whether you're a writer or illustrator, whatever. Because even if you're like Giovanni, you could do both. You still have to get those printed somewhere, unless you have a printer already. And you still have to ship them to those people. And if you do a Kickstarter, then that means you have to buy the rewards that you're going to ship to. All of that goes into it. Like, people don't understand the amount of work that goes into. People don't understand the amount of work that goes into a Kickstarter, running a Kickstarter, and then fulfilling a Kickstarter. It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? And it's stressful as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because every day,
depending on who you are,
the part that pisses you off the worst about Kickstarters, and this is just me, and we got other artists in here, y'all tell me if y'all agree. three top things that piss me off with Kickstarters. Number one, marketing is hard.
Okay.
So every day that you put that Kickstarter up, you have to try to think of a new idea and a new way to put this in front of new eyeballs to get somebody's interest to come and pledge to your Kickstarter. Every day, if you're not stressing yourself on how to do that, you're probably doing it wrong. You know what I'm saying? So it doesn't mean that you can't front run ideas, right? But the point is, marketing is hard. It is the hardest thing to do in any business. And if you're just you, that's where the stress comes in, because now every day I got to figure out a new way to get this. You can have a really good surge. Let's say you start with 30 backers, 50 backers. In order for you to meet that goal, if you're not already at it in those 30 or 50 backers, you have to bring new people to it. So the only person that's going to bring new people to it is you. You hope that you get Project I Love on Kickstarter, but and if you do get that, it pushes you forward on the algorithm, but it doesn't guarantee you backers. It doesn't guarantee you anything. It just guarantees you that there may be more odds to get on it. So marketing is number one. Second thing is fulfillment. Once you get done and you get all the lists of everything that you got to ship out, it's not always hunky-dory and easy. You know what I'm saying? You don't know what type of shipping delays you're gonna have. You don't if your printer's gonna have some effed up happen, whatever, and there might be pressure on you from your people to fulfill those orders. That's another thing. The third thing is probably, I'm trying to think of it just in my view. Setting up the page is annoying, to be honest. I mean, trying to figure out how you're gonna put what where, because you're gonna be very meticulous about what goes where.
So then, why can't you just outsource all of that stuff at that point?
You can.
I'm gonna say,
cost you money.
Because what you could just, I won't say, I'm just being ignorant. You could just go on Fiverr and like, hey, I need somebody to set up my Kickstarter.
No, I mean, there are people who charge to do it.
You know what I'm saying?
But this just adds on to the running tab.
If that, I mean, yeah, because it is a running tab. That's what somebody said. You'd be like 6,000-7,000. In the hole. But
it's funny. My boy,
that $100 that you spend to market could get you $300 in.
Yeah, but then you're asking, where is the money coming from? Because if you've already spent X amount of money on the artwork, on this, on that, like everybody got a budget.
Right, yeah, everybody has a budget. You know what I'm saying? And, so there's going to be a time where
out of our pockets. And I know a lot of creators, they got families too, man.
I got you. I'm not trying to say none of that.
No, I'm just explaining.
I got a girlfriend with a wife on the side. You know what I'm saying? I got kids and everything.
Whoa.
Too. You know what I'm saying? I was waiting for somebody to catch that.
Whoa.
I don't. I'm just waiting for somebody to catch that.
You brave as hell, boy.
I don't. You know what I'm saying? But you look at somebody who like Danny. Danny's going to spend his time with the marketing, promotion, and branding. You know what I'm saying? He puts a lot of effort in that. I don't know what he does as far as like scripts or illustrations, but I know that
he does the script and he does the lettering.
You know what I'm saying? That's his lane. You know what I'm saying? So there's going to be effort somewhere.
There's effort around the board.
Yeah. There's always
there's going to be financial obligation around somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You just got to do what some people are going to do what's more convenient for them. Javon, because it's more convenient for him, he's going to do both.
The truth is, I could hire somebody to do heat, but I like drawing. I like doing the art. I like doing it. It's a lot of work, but I like doing it. And if I'm capable of doing it, I'll do it.
So get somebody to write your script.
I like doing that too. But I am going to be giving up a lot of this over the next, few months, because I want to have more output. But again, like, it is to me. I think there is good and bad on both, right? Like, I can, if I was just writing and having everybody else draw, that's great. I could put out more books, but I would also probably be in the hole a lot more money. And the flip side of it is I do it all myself. Well, I only really got one book coming out. I mean, I could have 2 books, but now I gotta, do X, Y, and Z. Financially, if I was in the place to do it, great. But I mean, it just comes down to what you can do. This is why I tell people, find something else in the process that you can do to save you money. You know what I mean? Like, if you learn how to letter, learn how to letter, learn how to flat. You could save a lot of money just by learning how to flat. Flatting is nothing. Do more fan art, Javon. I do fan art.
What's that like?
Why are you
in the paper
spelling my name like that? Like damn Kryptonian or something. My name. There is no apostrophe in my name.
Did we answer Harold's question though? I don't remember if we did or not.
What was the question?
I'm trying to remember.
He asked about the sacrifice. We already answered that one. No?
I hope we did.
We talking about it now.
Man, you kicked Danny off. Danny could have been doing the graphic for the draft. Jesus Christ.
Hey, listen, ain't my fault Danny got sensitive. Danny wasn't coming to stay on long. You know good and damn well. Danny was coming over for 5 minutes to say his point. And then he was going to dip out.
Man, anyway.
For the record, I do fan art. But my point, Mason, was fan art is like now. Like I have when people buy more of my books than they do my fan art. Now I would say 80% of my sales are my books. But maybe like right now, I would say 75% books, 15% fan art, and then like 5% etc.
Dang, bro.
I don't want to keep drawing like Spider-Man and all that other stuff. I love the characters, and if I had a chance, I would do them. But like, there's already a ton of people drawing Spider-Man and Iron Man and all that other stuff. You can't stick out. You can't stand out.
So why don't you put Heat fan art? Can you do that?
I do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I have a Heat print. I have a strong print. I'm actually going to do some more.
Okay.
But the running conversation was about, artists should be doing more like books, like actually have like a product outside of just fan art. All right, I got to roll, folks. We didn't do the top 5 draft. We didn't do top 5. We'll do it next week.
Racism.
I mean, I tried.
We got a whole top 5 show and they do no top 5. That's crazy.
It would not be the first time and it won't be the last.
That's racist, ain't it, Justin?
Yeah.
You know what though? That does bring back the fact that speaking of Kickstarters, that we need to do a Kickstarter for this show so that we can I can have the channel back.
Yes, we do.
So we'll be discussing that with you guys. Shoot, we might discuss that on live. Our need to do a Kickstarter. It don't have to be for a crazy amount. You know what I'm saying? We just need enough to be able to pay for the other restream joint. Good to go. But we'll talk to y'all about that next week. We'll do this draft next week. Should be able to. And
we'll set it up.
We'll this topic if need be too.
All right, gents. Peace out.
We'll see y'all next week.